Greetings, my friends. This is Maerlande. Alright, let's carry on some more Blame Lyran Renegade. I can promise you this will be a pretty quick episode. This is turn 36. So, first off the bat, we'll take a look at research. You can see I'm working up for Blood 6. We're going to get to it next turn. That's Dakini. And we definitely want Dakini. We've talked about that previously. The idea here is Dakini give you air, blood, death, magi. Mainly air and blood, and that way I could start my own significant blood economy. The other thing of significant note is we grabbed a Kokithiad, and these are an excellent way for a nation with water magic and a bit of death to get a good quality death mage. It's you're basically turning water gems into death equivalent gems, so this is instead of, say, getting a Mound Fiend. And they're good, they're stealthy, they're only human size. They've got some good extra benefits. So I'm moving her towards the capital, and you can see I'm also grabbing a Flame Spirit, so that will diversify things as well. Give me some more fire magic. So we're heading into the, quite early in the game, having all paths at a significantly quality level, which opens up the option to, you know, casting all of the big buff spells, various things. Other messages, caught a couple of slaves with the hero. We've relinquished some more to Xibalba. Looks like Pangaea caught one of my scouts, so you know that's been happening fairly consistently. And then on a larger scale, more continuing to do more relinquish around the place, handing off things to Xibalba. And down here, this one's pretty interesting. We've got a fight happening. So let's take a look. So we've got Utgard decided to send what is basically just independence and long dead. You know, things he could buy pretty much everywhere. The turtles, he got the turtle warriors he got from a site. And then over on the other side, the most significant things, the Shambler Thralls, they trample. So he's got to get them. It's kind of interesting to notice they're starving. So if this sat long enough, you know, it would lose its troops. And the largest trouble involved here is going to be this Mind Lord. He can cast Shark Attack or various sharks, perhaps do a little bit of astral stuff. He's going to be doing very possibly some Enslaved Mind, both probably the spell, other things along those lines. So let's get that fight started. Hey boys and girls. Alright, so the communion put together by Utgard has, let's see, what have we got? Looks like 4 masters, 4 slaves, right? And he's also, this here, the Scratty is not part of the communion. He didn't, so he's doing the water elementals. Okay, that's solid. He'll get quite a few off. Well, not too many, you know, fatigue is moderate, but he put up water power. And we've got a few summoned critters on the part of Utgard. So the first line kind of gets a bit of a stomp. The Shambler Thralls are trampling their way through everything. And they've got quite a lot of hit points, not much protection, no poison resistance. Let's see if any get poisoned. Yeah, there we go. There's some poison ticks going. So that'll finish off some of the thralls. So that's either this poison spears, well, both kinds of poison spears. And he's doing skeleton spam. Now the sharks that the Mind Lord cast are sort of distracting the formation. And that's allowing the Shambler Thralls to get kind of close to the Magi. Some more animals, some more sharks. The big long dead are holding up really well. They're doing the job quite well. Let's see, what does the Mind Lord cast? Astral Healing, School of Sharks, Liquid Body, buffs, more School of Sharks. So he's running low, but that's a lot of sharks. It's just kind of a nuisance. Well, that was close. Yeah, the Shamblers pushed some of the Communion Masters around. But they're getting cleared up. So pretty good stuff. Okay. Utgard won that. Let's take a look at the totals. So he lost really cheap militia. He lost long beds, which I believe he got through the spell reanimation. He lost some turtle warriors. And he lost a single Sithkona. So one got trampled. I think it was one of the masters. But on the other hand, he took the throne. So I think that's it for the turn. Yes, sir. Yeah, we'll move on to turn 37. And for 37, once we have a look, we'll see what the action is. Alright, let's pop out. Okay, turn 37, you can see that Utgard and Xibalba are feeding me gems and money. And we'll take a look at the graphs to show you why that's important. Let's see what's happening in research. So we're going up to Thaumaturgy 6 now. And the obvious one is Enslaved Mind. Possibly Imprint Souls if we needed it. Auspex found nothing. We got the Flame Spirit. So now Hematopithecus is going to forge a Bloodthorn. And back here in the capital, we've got a little bit of forging going on. You can see I'm kind of building up a selection of thug gear. We got this nice bone armor, came through a random event. And we're getting some basic booster gear for magic. So water boosting, so we can cast the larger water spells. An Earth Stone, Earth Boots, Clams of Pearls to help out with casting anti-magic and casting Light of the Northern Star. A few astral boosters, and we haven't been using the Stone Sphere. So that's pretty basic stuff. I don't have a sorry about that. I don't have a huge number of hammers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's a moderate number of hammers. Probably as many hammers as I will need for most of the game. And if we look at the graphs, we could see that provinces, I have given up a lot of provinces to Xibalba. So that puts me pretty low on the gold, pretty low on the gems. But as we discussed, the major advantage is Xibalba can build underwater forts, whereas I cannot. And other goodies. Ah! Our god is out. So the pretender is out. Now, we can't really see too much about him by when we're running the game here as Patala, but it does provide that opportunity to have a look at it. And coming along, more relinquishes, a few more blood slaves, an unexpected event, and lost a few scouts. On the larger scheme of things, you can see everything's peaceful along the borders. Nobody's fighting with anybody that we can see. And as far as I remember, there was no significant fights. I've got more than sufficient forts for my purposes. You know, realistically, kind of too many. I can't afford all the magi I could buy. And due to a somewhat moderate shortage of gold, we're just sticking to yogis. Not buying hardly any troops, just nagas and nagarishis. So I think that's sufficient for turn 37. Let's move on to turn 38. Alright, and for turn 38, research continues. Let's see if the augury found anything. No, and probing, no, and probing, no. So we're just filling in gaps, some events. Got some earth gems, some air gems, and research for Move It Up enchantment. So I'm doing kind of a broad research. I don't have any critical targets at this point in time. And if you might have noticed, I had leftover research points last turn. It threw them into conjuration, which is fine because we definitely want Sita. And the other thing we may want fairly soon, but it's up a little bit, is Fairy Queens. I'm not going to worry about Lamia Queens because we got some death magic by going for Kokithiads. So we'll worry about that first. And on the grand scheme of the map, it looks like Xibalba has, there we go, nice upgraded fort. Xibalba has still not gotten a chance to take out the Sea King. He is building some basic units. And down over here, Xibalba is still sitting on the Atlantis, final Atlantis fort. So that'll get cleared up pretty soon. And down here, Utgard is settling in on that. He's probably going to fort that up. Now let's take a look at the Thrones of Ascension. So we have 3 already claimed, solid ones. That one's very useful. That one's quite excellent. And the Throne of Air, again, quite excellent. I have none of the thrones in my territory at this point in time. So now once this one's claimed, this is the Throne of Death. He may choose not to claim it. I believe we don't claim it. We just kind of sit on it and wait. So I think I'm satisfied here with turn 38. Let's move on to 39. Here it comes, turn 39. Lots of fun. Alright, again, a few more gems, various things going on. We're going to try to fill in the fire searching. A dire portent. Alright, what did somebody put up? Let's take a look. Alright, so Eternal Pyre. So there's 2 gem globals up, and that's it so far. Our team hasn't made a significant effort to put up any globals. And I can't remember, I think we're planning, but it's going to take a little while. You can see Xibalba's got this throne. I actually ended up relinquishing this one to Utgard. Not quite what I had in mind. Battle in the Divine Ocean. So Xibalba probed into that fort, and all that's inside there is the militia and a few fathers. So we don't really need to see that, it's just a probe, but you can see that's pretty minimal. And beyond that, 39 is basically finished. So we'll do 40, and this will be a short episode. Because there just isn't a lot of action. We'll kind of save the major effort for action. Action, action. We like action. Alright, more feeding coming from Xibalba and coming from Utgard. Another dire portent. Okay, let's take a look at that one. Oh well, Stellar Focus is up. So Stellar Focus is one of the easiest globals and doesn't pay big, but it gets you some pearls. Never hurts. On other issues, I believe we got some Dakini around now. There we go. There's one. Got her a dowsing rod. I expect if I look around, I'll find that hero. Where'd he go? Where's the hero? Alright. Sorry about that. Here he is. He's hanging out here in this little province. It's about 9,000 population, so that's an easy one to hunt. And we got more than adequate patrollers. We're keeping the unrest down. Other messages, got another flame spirit. So that's 2 of them. So first flame spirit is doing a bit of forging for us, some lightless lanterns, a little bit of augury. So it's pretty straightforward stuff. And we've got quite a big army sitting at home here. And the purpose of that is to get ready to take this throne. So that should be coming up in the next couple of turns. Again, on the diplomacy front, you can see Miklin's got some armies on the border, but they're mainly slaves. They're mainly just patrol chaff. So there's no significant threat from any of those. If we look at Pan, Pan has this major army sitting here for not sure just exactly what purpose. Like maybe there was political developments going on in the background. And beyond that, and here we go. the final battle for Atlantis. So if we take a look at the messages, Atlantis is dead. Let's watch the battle. So really, a single sea serpent, the militia up on the wall that can't shoot anything, and these guys, let's zoom in a little bit, see what they were doing. Some water power. Do they have any gems? Doesn't look like much for gems. No sir, this is going to be very short-lived. Very short-lived. So it looks like Atlantis has run out of gems. He's still playing, so he didn't give up. Well, he had a little bit of gems because he got out one water elemental. But that was that. So pour one out for Atlantis. Okay. And you can see Xibalba didn't get the rest of this water, but I mean, you can only push so hard, and he had a long distance to travel. Well, my friends, that is all that we have for today. Thank you very much, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.